Welcome back to Chokitable Media. 2025 is a year of election in majority of African countries. We have election coming up in 2026 January precisely for the election of, Yoweri Museveni in Uganda, the Ugandan dictator who has been there for a very long time. You remember the latest election was the one of Suluhu Hassan, Alhaja Suluhu Hassan of Tanzania. You knew where this one led to, and you remember the election, the one that came up in Cameroon and Madagascar, and the result of that election. Several elections everywhere, including elections in Nigeria, by-election and everything. But this current election I want to discuss with you, that I want to get you familiarized with as an African or as our lover of Africa, is the one that is coming up between Bobi Wine and Yoweri Museveni. I just need to get you acquainted with it before the election comes up. You will see a video that I will provide here where you will see Bobi Wine having his campaign and he stood on the bus carrying him with a lot of crowd around him going for his campaign. Popular opposition politician and singer Bobi Wine, otherwise known as Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu, who is the leader of National Unity Platform NUP party, is a man in white shirt standing on the vehicle and waving the flag of Uganda. It's Bobi Wine. And the large crowd is an indicative of his significant public support, particularly among the youths in the urban area. Bobi Wine and the Ugandan political climate. Bobi Wine is the primary political rival to the long-serving incumbent President Yoweri Museveni. Bobi Wine's background is a pop star turned politician whose music and political movement resonates strongly with the younger generation and those seeking change. He first challenged Museveni in the 2021 presidential election. The upcoming election in 2026, the next general election, is scheduled for January 2026, where Bobi Wine has been cleared to run again. This sets the stage for a repeat contest between him and President Yoweri Museveni. Will Bobi Wine win, or will Museveni continue his long reign? This is a central and highly contested question in Uganda and African politics with no definitive answer yet. The challenge for Bobi Wine, who happens to be the opposition, Museveni's story and power. President Yoweri Museveni of National Resistance Movement NRM has been in power since 1986, nearly 40 years. His long reign is secured by a constitutional amendment in 2017 that removed the presidential age limit, allowing him to seek a seventh time. Electoral integrity concern. The 2021 election saw Museveni officially win with 58% to Wine's 35%. However, the results were heavily disputed by Wine and his party, citing widespread allegation of ballot stuffing, fraud, intimidation, and violence, which resulted in a number of deaths and Wine's being placed under house arrest. Political environment. Reports from various organizations often highlight an increasingly authoritarian political climate in Uganda, marked by suppression of dissent, arrest of opposition supporters, as mentioned in recent news snippets, and a lack of belief among Ugandans that the election will be truly free and fair. Bobi Wine's strength. Strong grassroots support, as seen in the video. Bobi Wine commands massive crowd and significant public enthusiasm, especially in urban areas. And among youths, the youth voters who are weary of the status quo. The young demographic Uganda has a very young population, and Wine's message of change and his popular appeal as a former musician tapped directly into the demographic, which is crucial for electoral victory. NUP's presence in the parliament. The National Unity Platform, NUP, currently holds the largest numbers of opposition seats in the parliament, demonstrating a real shift in political representation. Conclusion. The high support for Bobi Wine suggests a strong desire for change in Uganda. However, the history of election results under President Musevini, coupled with persistent concern about fairness of the election process, state repression, and the power of the ruling party's incumbency, means that the outcome is uncertain and depends heavily on whether the election can be conducted in a transparent and credible manner. Watch the video and get to know more about what is going on in Uganda. The election is still far away in January 2026. This is Chukichibu Media. This is Chukichibu Media. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Put your own comment in the comment section. And if you are from Uganda, put your comments in the comment section and get us acquainted with what is going on in Uganda. Bye for now.